Pixel. Where's Pixel? Pixel, 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 Pixel. What's the photo dump? Oh, nope. Let's see here. There we go. There you are. So bring that up. And hello to those that are in TikTok Land. I mean, in YouTube. I'm just setting up here. Let's see here. Right. Let's see. Oh. Be right back. Okay. Hi, I'm back. Okay, let's see here. Let's go live here. And I am back, by the way, for those that are... I don't know if there's any... Nope, just me. Okay, that's fine. Okay, we're going to go to here. We'll put that up there. We'll use that as my screen. Before I do that... There we go. Okay, we have YouTube going. And we're going to go settings. I need to actually Get that in there. That's good. We're going to do that. Do that and that. Click save. Yes, yes. And we are live. There we go. That's actually a nice photo. That came out nice. Which, by the way, that's from one of my generators. And cool. I am now live. So let's just let people know that I am here. Slowly but surely. And then where are you at? Ooh. There you are. Voila. There we go. Alright, cool. I am now live. And we can get this on the road here. I can actually pull my headphone out because I don't need that in my ear right now. And pop that up there. Oh, dear Lord. Okay, let's see if Claude has actually finished building my other thing. Nope, it's still building. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Claude can continue building. What I need to do, though, is we're going to go to here. Let's just continue on with the bedroom things to see what these actually come up with. Because you never know what it's going to do until we run this. Ooh, those are nice. Whole vampire thing. Nice little gothic universe built. That's actually pretty decent. And here we go. We'll get that one. Let's wipe out that. And we'll see what these actually look like just without a laurel. And we will add another laurel on top of that. Voila. So, oh, sorry about the screen shake there. Let's see if you can make sure that you can actually see the photos. Yes, you can. Cool. There we go. And what I can do with these photos are multiple things. I can sell them. I can turn them into wall art and sell the actual physical product if I so desire to do that, which I personally don't really want to go into pod. I would rather build the tools for pod. Just because that way I don't have to mess around with returns and all that good jazz. Hey, Serenity, how you doing? I'm just sitting there talking to myself. I have a new generator that I'm working on. The photos aren't bad. How you doing? Make sure that you can actually see the photos. There we go. Perfect. Voila. How you doing this fine morning and or afternoon? Hope you're doing good. Good to hear. These really aren't too bad. There we go. Do not forget that I'm also on YT if you want to see the full screen. Hey, Shannon. Thanks for swinging in. just working on a new generator. Found the idea on Pin. Thank you for the heart meat. And I actually like the way these are turning out. Oh, that was nice. Whole bedroom setup. And so this is actually pretty decent. Got the window out there. This is supposedly a whole vampire Bordeaux. Yeah, they actually did come out nice. This is using sea art and using the Gothic Laurel that I really like. And then, let's see here. Here's another one. Yeah, I'm a rather large fan of Gothic, not only the Gothic lifestyle, but vampires as well. I will freely admit to that. But these ones didn't come out. These ones actually came out pretty decent. That would be a cool light to actually have. And this is without the Gothic Laurel. Meh. That one's not bad. I like that one. But the Gothic Laurel does kind of enhance the photos a little bit better than for what I like. And then, let's see here. Yeah, that's literally, this is the same prompt as that first photo. Except it has the Gothic Laurel. Actually, this might not be the Gothic Laurel. Oh, yeah, this is a different Laurel that I found. This is Mythic Fantasy Styles. Velvet's Mystical Fantasy Styles. This is why I like sea art. To me, it's worth the money. It's worth paying for the money. Because I can use the same prompt, but add a different Laurel to it and get something completely different. So that's not. These aren't too bad. And Claude should be done with my other one. So we have literally Fantasy Cosmic Swirl. Okay, let's just open that up. Go to here. I want to see what this is actually going to look like. Go to Galaxy. We're going to copy that. And we will throw this in there 3 times. Same prompt. One just by the model itself, and one with 2 different laurels on it. And basically, a laurel is just a mini way of telling the AI what you're after. So we have those. And this is supposed to be a cosmic swing generator. Found the picture on Pin and thought, hey, that's kind of a pretty photo. Let's see what we can do with it. There's going to be quite a few. There's going to be quite a few ideas here on what to do with this. I literally have a program finally up and running that I can put my text over top of this, all in bulk, very fast, very easy. Finally got all the freaking glitches out last night. It took me a little while to do it, but finally got the damn thing running. This way, if you want to do wall art, inspirational stuff, it's very easy to put all your text onto it. You don't have to go to Canva. Pay for Canva to do the batch, which the batch runs can be a pain in the ass. Ah, here we go. Voila. These are actually kind of pretty. And that is using the Velvet's Mystic Fantasy Styles. So we got that one. This one's by itself. Just by the Laurel. I love the water. Not bad. And then with the Gothic, the Gothic is still building. Sea art can be a little on the slow side, but that is just sea art. So we will see. Hello, Digital. Thanks for swinging in. This is all built using a HTML generator of mine that I literally made this morning, letting Claude do the work. As always, Claude is literally my go-to for any kind of coding, to be perfectly honest. Let's see here. Let's go back to here. Pop that in there. This is going to be with the Gothic one. Sometimes the Gothic Laurel will do something really decent, and then sometimes it just stuffs the whole photo. I'm good. Hey, Lady Team. And what do you, Digital, what do you, Arena, what do you actually make? Just because I'm a nosy little SOB. No, that one's not bad. But see, the thing is, okay, cool, I will. Now, with C Art 1, if you have popped in here before, I will tell you C Art actually has a warning label that comes with it, and it really should put a warning label on there. We do adult spicy photos. Softcore stuff, but they still do adult spicy things that could get you kicked off social media. So you have to be very careful on what your prompt is before you run this. Hope you're doing well, Lady T. But they have so many freaking laurels, it's insane on what you can find. Now, that one's not bad. Not a really huge fan of the teardrop kind of thing, but...
Good morning.
Good morning, Jax. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, not too shabby. I know you're busy.
Oh, that's okay.
Created a new, just created another shop.
Cool.
And proceeded to put 6 items in it today.
Not bad.
Yeah. It's some funny stuff. Good luck. I got a meeting, so I will talk to you later. I just wanted to say hi.
Oh, yeah. You enjoy your meeting and hope it goes well for you.
Yeah, thanks. At least I get paid for it.
Well, hey, at least you get that's the whole thing, you know. As long as you're getting paid for it, just remind yourself while you're sitting there that you don't look good in prison stripes.
No. I gotta remember that one on a daily basis.
Exactly.
Orange is not my new color.
Yeah, orange may be the new black, but it ain't my color.
Yep. Have a good day. Good luck. Okay.
Thank you. Have a good one.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yep. Bye. We're gonna go copy on that one. This is still this one here is the Gothic bedrooms. I'll be popping in a few, kind of switching between just to see what this is, what this will actually do. And again, same prompts, different laurels, 2 different laurels. Basically, you can look at CR as Stable Diffusion Light. You don't need to use your own. You don't have to have a really good rig to run CR. Whereas with Stable Diffusion, if you're going to run it locally, you got to have a decent PC to actually be able to run it. Otherwise, it's going to take you. It will. I have, just as an example, I have an older laptop that I'm using. It's a gaming laptop, but it's like 12, 13 years old. It cannot run Stable Diffusion. I have tried, and it whines, it crashes, and I'm pretty sure it nearly set my graphics card on fire. So, this is the next best thing if you do not have a rig to run it. Hey Loa, thanks for swinging in. This is without this is just using the straights model without using any laurels on it. These aren't too bad. Oh, that one I like. That I like that. Not too bad. Let's see. While I'm thinking about it, let's grab. There's actually one that I want to see. Let's see here. We want the vampire one because I want to see what the music sounds like. I'm going to copy the Suno prompt and I'm going to stick it into Flow Music, and we're going to just pop that up. I could improve the shit out of this later, but for now, it will do. Just out of curiosity to see what the music that is being produced. Oh, these aren't bad either. See, I could easily turn these into wall art, inspirational stuff, if I so wanted to. Good for a vampire's bedroom. Let's grab one of the fantasy scrolls. Check this again. Let's see what it is. See, this would be good music to play. Hey, Stealthy, good to see you. Hope you're doing good this time, man. Way too. Yeah, it does sound mysterious, doesn't it? That would be good for pretty much anything. From video games all the way up to just simple videos for, TikTok, YouTube, wherever the hell you wanted to put it on. And again, I could sell these packs. I could literally run 10 of these through Flow Music, download the music, bundle it all together onto my on my website, sell it as copyright-free music. Put a little bit of a snippet, put a snippet up to let people actually have, 10, 15 seconds listen to it so that they know if they actually want to get it or not. And run from there. So, multiple ways of making money off of one simple generator. And let's just have a listen to this music. We'll see what this actually comes up with on this one. And this is just for the fantasy thing. And voila. So we'll let this go. Let's see here. But yes, that's very. And one reason why I really do like Flow Music is a lot of times it will give you two different songs, so that you can figure out which one you actually like and which one you don't. Very zen feeling to this one. It's going to put me to sleep this morning. My coffee hasn't woken my ass up yet. But again, this one, the Mist of the Hot Springs will actually sell very well as well. You sell your music in bundles. I would literally do 5 to 10. Probably to be perfectly honest, I would do anywhere between 5 to 20 packs. Thank you for sharing the live. And instead of just relying on royalties from Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, wherever, you're going to sell these things. Now, the reason why you want to sell the AI music, doesn't matter if you're using Suno or, in my case, Flow Music. The reason why you're going to sell these, you're going to make these two ways. You're going to do pure instrumentals, And then you can do ones with lyrics if you so decide to do that. The instrumental ones would probably sell a little bit better than what the lyrics will, simply because everybody that is a content creator has to actively worry about copyright strikes. If you get you can only get so many copyright strikes before you will be kicked off the platform of wherever you're posting this. So with the AI music, I can literally say, hey, this is 100% commercial free. You can use this as you want. And this is what I would actually, this is how I will end up selling these bundles. First, point out the fact that this is for commercial use. There's no extra licensing or anything else like that. It's not just for personal use. It is for commercial or personal. It doesn't matter. Second thing that I'm going to point out is that this is copyright-free material, which means TikTok, YT, FB, IG, they're not going to either mute your video, pull your video down, or worse, say, hey, we're tired of you using copyrighted material from people like Shania or Taylor Swift in your music. You can't do that. You get so many strikes, boom, your ass is off the platform permanently. They will blacklist you. They'll blacklist your IP. It'll become a real nightmare to get yourself back up and running again. So this way, I can say, hey, this is going to go through any and all copyright listening music thing that any social media has with flying colors. This way, you don't have to worry about, 1, coming up with your own music. 2, you don't have to worry about copyright strikes. And 3, this will make your video productions way faster because you would now have a bundle of 5 to 20 songs that you can choose from for your videos. It's that easy. Hey, DB. Hope you're doing well, man. By the way, DB, I still say it's very impressive to see what you're doing with going to the groups and whatnot and learning what you're learning and talking and all that good jazz. One thing that I don't like doing, I don't like going to networks. I'm an asshole to begin with. I know my luck. I will run into more assholes. And 2, I don't travel well anymore. The whole PSTG thing sucks. Yeah, they can copyright your music. You can actually worry about the copyright. I don't. Well, of course, in Serenity, to be perfectly honest, the MP4 right now, this one here is literally, which one are you talking about? And I have no idea how to pronounce your name. The one with the money sign. Actually, this is where Flow Music and DeepSeek would come in. Actually, let's do that. Thank you for the idea. Let's go to DeepSeek. I'm going to show you. To be perfectly honest, I use all 4 main AIs for different purposes. ChatGPT I use for an occasional photo, but I use ChatGPT mostly for building brand Bibles. I use Gemini for Nano Banana 2 because you can do 20 photos per day per account for free. And I use it pretty much specifically for brainstorming. I love it for brainstorming. DeepSeek, kind of in between. Right now I have my persona Reed in DeepSeek because DeepSeek's actually pretty decent for writing music. Well, see, that's the Lady T, that becomes the problem, is because years ago, they didn't care about what music we were using. And then, focus the camera, sorry. There you go. That's about as focused as my phone is going to get. By the way, I am on YT right now as well. It is under the Grumpy Marketer 50 if you want to see the full screen. I'm also in the Rabbit Hole. That is on Discord, and that is in link in bio. So, you have multiple ways of finding me so that you can see the full screen. But years ago, social media platforms didn't give a shit what music you were using because no one was getting sued. And now artists are standing up for themselves and saying, hey, asshole, this is my music. I've done all the work. Stop using it without paying me. And rightfully so. I mean, they actually did the work. They made the music. It's their voice. They should be paid for it. And not the record companies. And it's not really the artists that are suing, it's the record companies, because record companies are freaking greedy. Simple as that. So this way, with AI music, you don't have to worry about copyright material as long as, now mind you, there are a couple of dicey kind of programs out there that will let you emulate someone's exact voice. It's going to sound exactly like that. So, yeah, don't do that. That's just a good way of getting yourself sued. When in doubt, ask yourself, is this going to be get my ass sued? If the question is yes, don't fucking do it. And yeah, so with the AI music, you don't have to worry about them muting it. I can come up with full lyrics, the whole thing, and TikTok's not going to mute me. And I think even TikTok will have the strikes against you as well. Let me just go to Gemini real quick. Let's ask. When in doubt, ask the AI. Okay. Does TikTok, YT, and Meta have a copyright strike that you have strike limit that will get you removed from the platform? I know Meta used to, so we will see. YouTube, TikTok, and Meta all have policies regarding copyright infringement, but they handle enforcement differently. While YouTube has very transparent, codified 3-strike system, that is where I'm getting that from, is YT. TikTok and Meta rely more on internal repeat infringing policies that can be less predictable. So there you go. So basically, third strike, your account along with associated channels is subject to permanent termination. So, in other words, don't fucking do this, people. The policy for TikTok here follows a repeat infringement policy. While 1 or 2 copyright removals might not permanently ban you, they can lead to a shadow ban, restricted reach, or temporary account suspension. Consequences: if you repeatedly upload copyrighted material, music, movie clips, or other people's videos, the system flags you as a repeat offender, which can lead to a permanent account ban. So, and Meta's going to do basically the same freaking thing. Someone else's rights can result in additional restrictions. So, permanent suspension, disabled. So, this is where the AI music comes in. For the most part, as long as you are not using someone else's lyrics and you are not using their actual voice, basically having Samuel L. Jackson singing Put a Ring on It, you're going to be okay. So, by actually getting into the AI music, not so much as what everybody else is doing right now, making your own singers, putting it on all the platforms out there that will allow AI music on there, and hoping for royalties. Royalties take 2 months just to start before you'll even see anything. Once you put your stuff on most royalties, like with Spotify, it takes 2 months before you're going to see anything. Plus, you still have to advertise. You still have to push people to your singer. Here on my own store, I can sell my own music. I'm not waiting for Spotify. I'm not waiting for people to find me. I can sit there and advertise. Like right now, I can simply tell you, hey, do you really like these songs? Well, you can buy these songs. Use them forever, what you want. Thank you for the gifts, by the way. So what we're going to do, Read is designed for flow music. I'm going to go Read. I need some really good lyric music. Let's go with full lyrics. And let's make this a bit on the funny side. Boom. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat this one a little bit. Normally, I go into a little bit more details on what I actually want, but Reed will understand what I want here. As soon as, okay, make sure it's actually going. There we go. Yeah. So Reed is going to literally write the entire music. Going to give me the track now. The track. As you can see, we have the sound prompt, the title, The Ballad of the Unlucky LARPer. This should be good. Tells Flo what kind of genre this is going to be, the tempo, key, duration. Well, the duration is more up for grabs. Hey, Tyra. Thanks for swinging in. The flow music, unfortunately, and even with Suno music, you can't control how long the song's going to be. It would be nice if they let us control how long the song's going to be. We have full instrumental controls. We have production, reverb chamber, all of this. Vocal profile, vocalist profile, basically how is this bard going to sound. Even from the range, tone, phrasing. Flow music will actually follow the phrasing and the breathing pretty decent. And we also have full lyrics. And that's the end of it. And of course, Reed is going to tell exactly, going to give you ideas and whatnot. Hey, look here. Stop doing that. Thank you. Come on. You can do it. And then we're just going to go. There we go. We're going to copy that, and we're just going to toss this right into Flow music. Now, if you try to do that in all of this into Suno, Suno will lock you out and laugh at you because that's too big of a prompt for Suno. Suno does not have as much control as what Flow music does. And I know a lot of people use Suno, so that's perfectly fine. Flow music is $8 a month, which might be a little cheaper than Suno. I have not looked at the price in a while. Plus, like Suno, you can actually pull the stems off of this, and you can use the stems for whatever purposes that you want. Making new songs and all that good jazz. Here we go.
I polished up my armor till it gleamed like morning light. Practiced my dramatic speech for 14 hours straight last night. I walked into the battlefield with confidence and grace, and then I tripped on my own cloak and fell flat on my face. I called it a tactical roll and scrambled to my feet. The enemy was laughing so hard they couldn't even beat. I took a mortal wound and fell, and then I took a rest. Oh, I'm the LARPing legend, the hero of the field, who never quite succeeds but never yields. I dodge a parry, I fall with grace, and sometimes I can't find my face, but I'll be back next weekend with a fresh dose of spite to fare with all my might. I cast a spell of fireball I'd practiced all week long. I chanted all the words right, and I tried to make them strong. My hand went up, my focus set, I screamed the final line, and then I sneezed and cast a spell of water down the spine. The goblins were confused, the orcs just stood and stared. My party looked at me like I was broken and impaired. And then I stumbled backwards and fell into the bin. Oh, I'm the LARPing legend, the hero of the field, who never quite succeeds but never yields. I dodge a parry, I fall with grace, and sometimes I can't find my face, but I'll be back next weekend with a fresh dose of spite to fare with all my might. The worst part isn't the falling, the worst part is the shame. But then I remember the time the orc chief got his axe stuck in a tree. The next year I brought a spare axe, I called it Stranger Things 2. It's now a very powerful magical artifact. The moral of the story is that winning you fail, that makes you catch the goblin's eye. The mud, the tears, the laughter, the awkward moments shared, the friends you make when you're pretending to be scared. Oh, I'm the LARPing legend, the hero.
So that's not one. And the other reason why I also like Flow is because it will give you two versions sometimes. Sometimes.
I polished up my armor till it gleamed like morning light. Practiced my dramatic speech for 14 hours straight last night. I walked into the battlefield with confidence and grace, and then I tripped on my own cloak and fell flat on my face. I called it a tactical roll.
But as you can see, Flow music most times will give you two versions. Once in a while, it'll only give you one, which is fine, especially if it's just if you're going after pure instrumental. That's perfectly fine. What I would what I plan on doing, and what I would do, is I'm going to release a 10 to 20 song pack. I'm going to do a combination of pure instrumentals. This way, the pure instrumentals gives people a little bit more play with their own videos and whatnot. And then I will release another pack that's going to have lyrics. And I would probably put the lyrics, part of the lyrics next to it, as well as a sound bite or two, because I have a program that will literally cut snippets out of these MP3 players, these MP3s, and allow me to basically put sound samples next to each bundle so that people can listen to it, instead of just relying on my kick-ass marketing ploys. Marketing strategies, not ploys. So you can make a lot of different ways of selling and making money, not just off of just selling, the photos as an example, or selling the generators. Like this one generator here that's making these fantasy swings, setup-wise. I could turn these into wall art. Or I could bundle, just run 10 of these. Grab 10 this entire 10 pack that I will find, like these ones here. I could run these prompts 4 or 5 more times. Resize these photos specifically for whatever pod that I'm doing. Say that I want to sell these for wall art. So I'm going to go to Printful, or I'm going to go to Printify, whatever supplier that I want. Maybe I want to do all metal ones. I can grab their, I will literally grab the file size that they require, make sure that my photos are at least 300 dpi, because that is pretty much standard for all print on demand, is 300 dpi. I try to go for about 400 dpi because it just makes it so that I know that I'm going to get a really good photo print. But I'm going to resize those specifically for, let's again say posters. And I'm going to sell the pack of 10 to 20 photos either on my store or on Etsy. And I'm going to tell people, hey, full commercial use. These are already resized for whatever company that you're, whatever you did. I recommend using Printify, Printful, simply because they've managed to make themselves kind of the standard, or they're using standard. The file sizes are pretty standard for the manufacturers. Hey Francis, thanks for swinging in, and thank you. Yes, these are kind of pretty, aren't they? This is just a generator that I came up with this morning. But as I was saying, go to Printful, Printify, find what file size they want. Again, say that I'm making this for a poster. So I'm going to resize this photo specifically for the largest poster that I can find. Because this way, people can downsize it if they want to. But I'm going to tell them straight up, hey, you have full commercial use, there's 20 photos here, maybe put some kind of inspirational quote or something like that here. And they're resized specifically for posters. Cool. I like pictures. So, and I would put these 10 to 20 packs up on Etsy for no more than $5. Now, again, you're thinking, hey, you grumpy bastard, why would I waste my time doing all this work for $5? The reasoning is because of the fact that if 5 people, let's just say 10 people a day come to your store and buy this one pack, that's $50 in your pocket a day that you did not have to begin with. And it is an evergreen situation. Meaning that once you put it up there on your web store, on Etsy, wherever the hell you're going to put it on, you don't have to mess with it anymore. It's already there. You might have to run an ad there, or you might have to mention it on your live once in a while. As an example, on my store, you're going to find, actually these ones here, I'm going to give these ones, this one here I'm going to give away. The swing ones, watch your eyes just for a second. Let me come up to here. Keep going. Where are you at? Like these, some of these chibi ones, the precious moment things, kind of set up. the dogs, I actually have these up on my store already. That will actually produce these dogs leaning around the corners and whatnot. So you just have to mention it. You literally have to mention it once in a while that, hey, I do have these generators up on my store. They're on sale. Or they're not on sale. They're literally 3 generators for $20. Can't go wrong with that. Especially as I charge $20 per generator. And you can produce photos like this that you can then turn around and sell. Either as physical products, or wall art, or just digital packs. I much prefer digital products because of no refunds to begin with. 2, no customs. And 3, it's instantaneous. But no, I do not give people discount. I do not give them refunds on digital products. And if you actually offer digital products, if you do offer digital products and you offer refunds, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm just going to call it as it is, because of the fact that you cannot make them stop using your product. It's not like you can reach into someone's head and pull out the knowledge that they've gained from your products, or say that I sell this holiday animal generator that I have that makes these kind of cute photos. I cannot just suddenly someone come to me and say, oh, hey, I don't like that. I want my $20 back. If I say, okay, fine, here's your $20 back, but you can't use it, I cannot tell, I honestly cannot just walk into their system and delete it and say, okay, well, you can, there you go. I've removed my product from you. You can't use it. You can't do that. And the whole honor system, no. So, digital product wise, do not offer refunds on digital products. And to be perfectly honest, technically, print on demand, you do not have to do that. I would, and I have done that, but I only do that for manufacturer's issues. If you've got the wrong size, or you don't like the design, the way it looks on a t-shirt, tough shit. This is another generator of mine that does wildflowers, and a few other different odds and ends to it. But technically, when it comes to print on demand, you actually do not have to give refunds. But if it is a physical product, I always make sure that I include my refund policy is for manufacturer defects only. If you get the wrong size, wrong color, that's on you. That's not on me. But if, say, Printful, and I've had this happen with Printful, and I've had it happen with Printify, they send out a shirt that just doesn't meet quality because it's already fading or it arrives cracked or something like that, then yeah, I'm gonna tell my customer, hey, give me a photo. I will then look at the photo and then just take the photo and show it to Printful, and say, hey, what the fuck is this? I want a refund. I'm going to give my client 2 options. I'm going to either give them a brand new t-shirt, or I will give them their money back, depending on what they want. But the other thing that I tell them is that they are, I don't want them to ship me the product. I want them to keep the product, get rid of it however you want. Cuts down on the whole carbon footprint thing. Bunch of bullshit, but I just don't want to be buried in returns. But I tell them, hey, I'm trying to be nice to the economy, not the economy, but to the ecology of the system. Keep the product, donate it, throw it away, whatever you want to do with it. Here's your money back, here's a new t-shirt, whatever. I always make sure that my profit margins will cover a return. And that is on physical products only. And even the EU, which has a 14-day return, no questions asked return policy on all physical products, does not include custom work. And print on demand is custom work. So you don't have to worry about that 14-day free, question-free return policy. But I still just, it's a headache. It's a headache that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to have to deal with shipping. I don't want to have to deal with tracking. I don't want to have to deal with porch pirates, which, by the way, those are easy enough to deal with. You simply say, hey, we are not responsible for lost and or stolen packages. Covers your ass. And this is, this is business, folks. This is not something that you're going to be, you're like, oh, I'm so sorry, here's your money back, and whatnot, every single time. Because people are assholes. They will try to rip you off. But, having said that, you do need to take care of your customers. If they are not satisfied with your product, don't just say, oh, it's out of my hands. That was a manufacturer's issue. As an example, let's just say that I print these photos here. I sell one of these photos as a poster with some kind of weird saying on it that people really like. The company that I am using produces a shit quality product. They had a bad, their printer went bad or something like that. Either way, the quality is not up to standard. Somehow or other, it got through quality control. Instead of just me saying, that was the manufacturer, thank you. That's a manufacturer's defect, not my worry. Sorry about your luck. You do that on a physical product, people are going to start bad-mouthing your company, and we are a worldwide connected community now. Word of mouth spreads way faster than what it used to. So instead of trying to pass the buck onto your manufacturer, you are going to actually take the full blame for it. You're literally going to say, hey, I am really sorry about this. This is not to our standards. Somehow, accidents do happen, but somehow this slipped through our quality control. We are really sorry. Here's a refund, or would you like a new product? If you would like a new photo, we will send it right to you free of charge. No extra shipping or anything like that. By the way, for your inconvenience, here is a 10 or 15% discount off on your next purchase. But I am going to take the blame for it. I am not going to say, oh, well, Printify sucks and it was all Printify's fault. I don't have control over that. No. It still goes on to you. So you actually do something that the most CEOs will not do to this day. You take the blame because that's where it is. It literally, the buck stops with you. You are the brand. You stand up for your brand. And when it fucks up, not an if it's going to fuck up, but when it fucks up, you stand proud and say, hey, we're human. We're sorry that we fucked your product up. We're going to ship you a new product. Free of charge. No shipping, no whatever. Keep the old product. Dispose of it as you want. Keep it, whatever you do with it. Do what you want with it. Don't care. No longer our concern. Here's a new product for you. Give them a $10 to $15, well, not dollar, but 15% off on their next purchase. This way they will come back and they will actually use this to purchase from you. And they're going to actually like the honesty. Now, speaking of honesty, when you were first starting out with your own website, your own social media, whatever, especially your own website, you're not going to have any social proof. And social proof is just basically customers giving you reviews on your site, on your products, whatever. When you're first starting out, everyone's going to tell you, oh, just make some fake reviews. A little underhanded, yes. Do I do that once in a while? Yes. It's no big deal. But do not, and this goes for all reviews, don't give yourself all 5-star reviews. No one is going to fucking believe that. Not one company has all 5 reviews, all the way across the board. You're going to get 1-star reviews. You're going to get 2-star reviews. 3, 4, and 5. So, what you do, though, and this has helped me in the past quite a bit, you do not hide the you do not hide the 1-star, the 2-star, or the 3-star response reviews. Hope you're enjoying your vacation, especially in Honduras. What you're going to do with your those 3-star, 2-star, and 1-star reviews, you're actually going to reply back to them. I have done this in the past when I first started up a couple of dropshipping companies. What I did was I gave myself a couple of 5 stars, but I'd give myself 2 or 3 3-stars, and then I would respond, quote unquote, respond to those 3 stars, saying something, oh, the shipping was delayed, didn't really like didn't like this, didn't like that, and I will address every single review, good, bad, and even the ugly ones. I do not hide them, and this is what I recommend to all my other clients as well. You do not hide the bad reviews. You are actually going to respond to these reviews unless it's a troll review. You're going to know that it is a troll review straight off the bat. Now, the troll reviews, you can respond a little narky to it if that is your brand. If not, knock the brand. Just hide that, get rid of it, delete it, whatever. But let's just say again, I sell these posters here. All of these lovely little interesting swings. I sell like 100 photos. Not 100 photos, but I sell 100 posters of these. And I have 4 3-star reviews. In the 3-star reviews, all of them basically mention that shipping took forever. Instead of me just ignoring them or saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry about that," I'm actually going to give them a genuine reply. I'm going to say, "Hey, look, I'm really sorry about this. We were trying out a new a new courier that was supposed to be faster. Unfortunately, they're not faster. We are actually going to another supplier. If you would like, you can reach out to us and we will see what we can do to rectify this situation. Even if that situation is simply saying, hey, really sorry that it took 2 weeks instead of 3 days to get your product. Here is an extra 10% off, 15% off, 20% off, however generous I actually want to be. But I will literally, or if they come out and they say, hey, I like the shirt, but the quality wasn't quite up there, or it's a really thin shirt, I would literally say, hey, really sorry that this does not meet your your standards, because your standards are my standards. How about you send me a DM or you send me an email, and our customer service is going to get back to you very quickly, and we're going to rectify this. And that rectification may just be you have to sending them out a new shirt and say, hey, really sorry about that. But by responding to every single post, and yeah, that takes a little bit of time, and after a little while, you will get a VA, and they can handle all that crap. But by responding back to every single post, and more than just a little quick, oh, thank you, hope you have a nice day, thank you, some generic bullshit thing, give them an actual response. This is going to show that you are actually responding to your customers, you care about your customers, and this is going to help you build trust. Trust is the hardest thing to build, but once you have the person's trust, you have a lifetime commitment for a customer. They're going to tell their aunts and uncles. Their aunts and uncles are going to love your brand. They're going to tell their kids. Their kids are going to tell their friends, and before you know it, you're rolling around. You can play Scrooge McDuck if you want to. Just don't send me pictures of that. Thank you very much. And hey, Joe. So, make sure that you are responding to your social media, that you are actually, even if, like here, on TikTok, someone likes one of your photos, the very least that you can do, or your videos, the least that you can do is actually like their comment. You don't have to respond to every single comment, especially if you suddenly go viral, but you will want to respond to some comments. A-Design, make sure that you do respond back to your customers, to your followers. This way, it builds that trust up. They actually feel like that you care about them, and it just helps your brand overall. Yes, it can get a little tiring sometimes, but if you want to make money, this is what you're going to have to do. You respond, even just a simple like of the comment that just shows people that, hey, I am paying attention. I see that you commented on me. I really appreciate the comment. I don't want to say it's a courteous thing, but it is kind of, it kind of does that. It goes back to basically, look at some of these bigger companies. Look at Microsoft. They don't give a shit. They don't respond back to your, if you put a review or something like that, they don't respond back. They don't care. So, it really depends on, okay, hold on a second. Let's see here. Goodbye. Yep, confirm. Yep, there we go. One idiot gone. Okay, so if you actually give that, I want to say hometown country vibe kind of thing of basically, hey, I care about my customers. They are going to start spreading the word that people, you want to come to this brand. They do really amazing stuff. I don't care what you're doing. You're going to have your own followers. You're going to start wanting to respond back to them that quick. And you don't have to be, on the ball every single time. Comments are going to slip through, but you still want to kind of pay attention as best as that you can. Once you get big enough, then you can actually hire somebody else to handle all that shit. You're going to literally give them rules of engagement of how they're going to respond, the way they need to respond, and let them do their job. And of course, you will check back up on them to make sure that they are doing their job. Active recall? Yes, no. It's kind of a up in the air. It's a 50-50 shot, to be perfectly honest. But it's not... If someone comes to you, as a good example... Ooh, that's pretty. A good example of this is, let's say that you have a long-term customer. Someone that's constantly buying from you. It is important to remember that customer. But if it is somebody that's bought 2 or 3 products and you forget about them, you forget about them. But if you have long-term customers, then yes, you do need to pay attention. You do have to actually have an active ability to remember who the hell they are. And this also goes back into marketing. As an example, with marketing, right now, a good chunk of you are a few people that are coming in. Like the person with the sign, I have no idea how to pronounce your name. I'm not even going to try that. It's going to hurt. That will hurt my tongue. This person doesn't know me. They are a cold audience. Then Designs with You, they know me. They are pretty close to a warm/hot market for me. Target market. When it comes to marketing, you have 3 levels of marketing for your people. You have cold, you have warm, and you have hot. The hot ones are the ones that are always the ones that have actually purchased from you. You're going to treat them differently than a warm audience. The warm audience gets treated different than the cold audience. As an example, cold audience, I am not going to actually try to sell to you. I'm not going to go into this massive details about the product. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to give you information. Thank you, Serenity. I'm going to put this up on my drive file. So if you have my drive file, you will have this. Before I forget that, I better do that now because you know how well my brain works. Let's go to Google Drive. So if you have my drive file, which, by the way, the drive file is being cleaned this Saturday, so you will need to get everything out of it. Because once I clean it, once I delete everything out of this drive file, it's gone forever because I do not keep them. Let's see here. Let's go back to here, do the actual proper name so that I don't have to sit there and scroll through all my freaking files. Here we go. I'm going to load that up. Go to here. Let's open up the file, and we want the Cosmic Swing. There we go. What up? So, if you want to be able to make pretty pictures like these, the Cosmic Swing one, it is now in my drive file. If you do not have that drive file, send me a DM. I will give you the you the drive file URL, 100% free. There's a shit ton of stuff that's currently on there. You have full commercial use for it. Sell it, rebrand it, whatever the hell you want to do with it. Everything that's in that file, go for it. There's music in there. There's HTML generators. There is a bundle of photos in there as well. So thank you for the roses and the gifts. So if you want to be able to make these lovely swings and whatnot, go to my drive file. There, it's literally there. It's literally called the Cosmic Swing generator. It's literally called Fantasy Cosmic Swing Generator. There we go. It is now in my file. But that file will be deleted, completely cleaned out this coming Saturday for those in the States. Sometime Saturday. I was supposed to do that last Saturday, but, well, rabbit holes. Now, going back to the marketing part. With your audience, you have cold audience, you have media, you have a warm audience, and you have your hot audience. Your cold audience, they don't know you from Jack. So you're going to have to build up. Yeah, the rabbit holes can be fun. You're going to have to build up some trust with them. So what you're going to do is you're going to, when you are addressing a cold audience via email or via your ads, it's more about just doing a product description. You're not going to be putting in a lot of information into it. You are going to be trying to get them more interested in your brand. Now, your warm audience, especially for email marketing, is perfect because these are the people that have actually signed up for your marketing, which means that you know they are interested in what you're selling. So this is the one where you're going to send them out. You're going to treat them more as a friend, not a close friend, but as a friend in all your emails. You're going to actually give them a couple of discounts maybe here and there. You're going to give them more information about the product. You're going to be tap dancing on their pain points a little bit more. Then your hot audience is the people that have actually bought from you. These are the people that you want to retain. So these people become your VIPs. Everybody wants to be part of something exclusive. So once they buy something, congratulations, you are now a VIP member. This VIP member comes with exclusive emails. They come with exclusive discounts if you so desire to give them discounts. Don't recommend discounts all the time. But you make them feel like they are actually really appreciated. You know they've trusted you enough to open up to get the pry bar and rip their wallets open and giving you their money. You're going to make them feel special compared to those that are just a warm audience. The cold audience, come and go. That's fine. But you're going to treat each segment differently. They're going to get different responses. Now, when it comes to emails, though, the one thing that I tell everybody to do is in your email about midway down, you're going to give them an actionable tip. I don't care if you're selling jewelry. If you're selling jewelry, you're going to tell them, hey, did you know that you can clean sterling silver with toothpaste and a soft bristled toothbrush? Make it get rid of. You don't need this magic cloth or anything like that. Simple toothpaste, soft bristled toothbrush, and a warm water rinse. And guess what? It gets rid of the tarnish. You're going to put that in your email. And yes, by the way, that trick works every single time for sterling silver. You don't need a magical cloth that will remove tarnish and all this other shit. Toothpaste, soft bristle brush. Make sure it's soft though, because sterling silver can actually be damaged. It is a soft metal, but you're going to put that tip about midway down your email. And the reason why you put that actionable tip, and you're going to bold it, you're going to put it into a block or something like that to grab their attention. The reason you do this is because it shows people that, one, you care, two, you are giving tips out. And they're not huge, oh, you're going to have to spend 2 hours to do this. No. You want to give them something that they can do within 5 to 10 minutes, 15 at the max. By doing this in every single email, it makes it to where people are going to... everyone just scans emails nowadays. You don't really read unless something grabs your attention. The actionable tip is designed to stop people from scrolling. They're actually going to actively, once their brain is trained, they're actively going to go down, look for that actionable tip. They're going to then rescan through the website to see, not your website, but through your emails to see what you're talking about. It is basically a scroll stopper. They're going to say, oh, hey, this is a really cool trick. I did not know this. Let me go try this. 10 minutes later, they come back. They're thinking to themselves, holy shit, that worked really well. I'm going to keep doing this. What else does this brand offer me? So they may actually go, this actionable tip may actually lead you to another sale. Because you have already showed them a handy little tip. they're going to think, hey, this company's looking out for me. Everybody wants, I don't care who the hell you are, the first person that you tend to think about is, how does this help me? Not does, oh, hey, does that help my dear grandmother? Does this help, Uncle Joe? First thought is, how am I going to use this to help me? Even if this product is for grandmother or Uncle Joe, how is this going to help me? And we all think about, how is this product going to help me, even when we are looking for products for other people. Because of the fact that, well, if I buy this for grandmother, does this make it to where she can put me in the will? Or will this get Uncle Joe to get off my ass? And go back to whatever hole he came out of. It's still a way of getting it to where, how is this product going to help me? By doing this, by giving the actionable tip, it shows people that, quote unquote, you care because of the fact that you are helping them. This will lead to better retention. It's simple as that. You can give what is called a lead magnet, like as an example, my entire drive file that I have, that I give people. I have two lead magnets. One, I have the HTML, TikTok lead, it's literally called the TikTok lead magnet. This is all my HTML generators that I build on live. I give these away for free. Well, not all of them, but I do give a few. Hey, Grace, I give a few away for free. This is literally called a lead magnet. This will make it to where people will start using my generators. They'll say, "Ooh, hey, I really like this. What else does that grumpy bastard have on the store?" So we're going to go check. They're going to go check my store out. Which, by the way, link in bio. There's quite a few cool little things up there. And somebody will buy these from me. They will either buy the generators from me. They will buy one of my programs that I have up there. Whatever. Or I can actually give also. There's also a thing that's called a lost leader. A lost leader is something that you are going to sell for very little money. And if you are a company, 9 times out of 10, you're actually losing money on these. Great example, Costco. Everyone knows Costco here, or at least I'm pretty sure of. You know their hot dogs and their pizzas. Cheap as shit. Very good too. But they're losing money on it. Every single time they are losing money. Every time someone buys a hot dog off them, they're losing money. But they're gaining money in the long run. They're gaining customer loyalty. And people will shop more in Costco because they're like, oh, there's free samples there. There's some really good food there. That's really, really cheap. They can make a day of it. They're going to go out and they're going to get all this other stuff. Because Costco knows that, hey, one, to be able to have that hot dog, you have to have a Costco membership. Two, more than likely, once you're done eating, you either already spent money with Costco, or you are going to get up and you are going to go and look through, and you're going to get lost in our warehouse and pray to God that you can find your way out without bringing home half the fucking warehouse with you. So that is called a lost leader. To the point where actually, I don't know if this is true or not, but I did hear a funny story of one of the Costco CEOs or the owner of Costco. Actually, I think it was the owner of the Costco. One of the brand new CEOs said, "Why are we only charging people $2 for a hot dog? We need to jump this up to $5 or $10 a hot dog." The CEO basically, the owner basically threatened to kill the CEO, saying, "If you touch the price of our hot dogs, nobody will find your body." And that wasn't about passion. That was about marketing strategy. 100% true. This is a lead. It's a lost leader. Another good example of a lost leader for products are diapers. Baby diapers. Most companies that make baby diapers are not making money on diapers. They're actually losing a few cents on them. But where they get people is they know you need powder. You need formula. You need baby clothes. You need all this other stuff that all these little rugrats require. And they all put them down. If you go down to any supermarket store or whatnot, they have an entire baby aisle there. And you're going to grab your diapers. You're going to think, oh, well, hell, Junior needs another damn bottle, so I got to get another bottle. Little shit keeps losing the pacifier. Let's get the pacifier. It's all right there. So they are making their money back and more so because they're charging double or triple what the product actually costs. You can do the same thing here with digital products. I can give you, as I just did, literally, if anyone wants this generator here, which is the fantasy thing here, let's do the Dark Nebula because I don't think I've done that one yet. If anyone wants that, it's a free lead magnet. It is in my drive file. If you do not have the drive file, again, send me a DM. And I will send it to you free without any problems. That is a lead magnet. You're going to come to here, you're going to say, oh, hey, not only will you actually go there and you'll start playing with all the other generators, you know that you have until Saturday. Again, just a reminder, you have until Saturday, then I'm deleting everything. And it will start all over. This also brings people back to my lives because they're going to say, ooh, what's he building today? Maybe I can get it for free. Or maybe I'm only going to pay $20 for it. Depends on, what I'm doing. So, as I said, right now I have a bundle of HTML generators that does kind of a precious moment vibe, chibi kind of thing up on my store. First product, go have a look. You get 3 generators, $20. Oh, these are kind of cool. Now see, this is the Gothic Laurel. I like the Gothic Laurel on this one. Again, I could easily sell these products. And I would prefer to sell these at just the photos. I will resize them, make sure that they're at 300 dpi, set for whatever product that I'm going to sell on Etsy or my store. Tumblers, mugs, whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's pop off the laurel, and we'll see what it comes up with without the laurel on that. So, you're going to give people some free lead magnets. Another thing that I can do, I can take one of these, or you can take it, I don't care, from the Fantasy Cosmic swing generator. What you can do is you can come up here and you can literally hit the randomize button and just sit there and go doop, 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 doop. Copy 10 of these. Go to your favorite AI art program, run all 10 prompts. Grab your favorite photo out of those prompts and turn it into a prompt pack. And this prompt pack you're going to sell for $1, maybe $2. Or you can give this prompt pack away for free and say, hey, you want to learn how to make these generators? You want to learn how to make these pretty pictures? Here's a prompt to start with. Go forth, start changing some of these prompts. Instead of just running this one prompt, come in here and let's change the dense and tall cherry blossom petals. Change this to maple leaves. Change this to, give them ideas of how to change these prompts. And you're going to give this away for either free or a maximum of like $3. No one's going to bat an eyelash at dropping $1 or $2 for a prompt guide. Yeah, you're not going to make a lot of money because whatever you're setting on, it's going to cost you basically whatever it's going to do. If you use Stripe takes 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. PayPal, I have no idea what PayPal takes anymore, but I do not recommend using PayPal for physical products. Digital products, not too bad. If you are using, as an example, you use Beacons. If you're doing the free version, they take basically 9%, I think. If you pay $10, it's 6%. If you pay them $30, they don't take anything out of it, other than what your main source of processing is. So, in all honesty, I recommend having your own website, which you can actually use Claude Code to build your website for you. Host it on Brandly, or you can host it wherever you want to host it on. Because by hosting your own website, you have way more control over it than you do on someone else's platform. As an example, say that you actually want to start a print-on-demand business and you decide that you're going to go with Shopify. You got to pay Shopify $44 or higher, depending on what tier you're going to do. You have to abide by their rules. They can actually come in and they can close your store down for whatever damn reason they want to, and you have no say in it. But if you're hosting your own website, yes, it is a little bit more tricky, but you have control over your own store. You are not relying on somebody else. You're not playing in somebody else's sandbox. And if you want to build your own website, I honestly suggest telling Lovable and Bolt.new and Base 44, all the other ones, to fuck the hell off. You can do all of this in ChatGPT or Claude. Do not use Gemini for coding. It sucks for coding. But for coding wise, for me, I use Claude all the time. Plus, you can take your own website, you can hook it up to Google Sheets, and you can control the entire website via Google Sheets. No HTML coding needed whatsoever. You just go to Claude, give it your brand Bible. If you build a brand kit, which I am going to be releasing an entire course on how to build an entire brand kit, you give it all the information that you can about your brand, the website is going to come out absolutely amazing. And of course, remember to build your websites for mobile first. You build your website to look amazing on a website, on any phone. It's going to look amazing on a laptop, tablet, or computer right off the bat. Simple as that. And one day I may actually have to go through and basically cover some of the basics when it comes to web design on using Claude Code. There's also Stitch with Google.com. I do believe it's Stitch. It was the Stitch dot with Google. Let me just double check. Stitch. Yeah, it is Stitch.withgoogle.com. This is an interesting website. This is free. You only have to have a Google account, and you can actually build what is called the UI. The UI is the user interface. Everything that you're looking at right now, from this website here to this stuff right here, that's pretty without the, I actually like that better without the Gothic logo. This is the UI. UI is short for user interface. And Stitch with AI will actually build you your UI. Give it your brand Bible, tell it what you need, what kind of web page you're looking for, and it will, like this one here. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. Their controls, to be perfectly honest, fucking suck. Control plus. Nope. That's the only problem is that I need to. Where did my? There it is. Where did that go? Copy forward. No, we want to click preview. We'll go to new tab. There we go. Let it build the tab here. So we have Shadowlands, Forged in Obsidian. And we have Dark Fantasy, Occults, Cyber Gothic, Victorian. This is all done, and it takes maybe 5-10 minutes to come up with the UI. That you would then take to, I would literally download the code for this, because it will give you the actual code for this. And I would take it to Claude Code and say, okay, this is the UI that I want to use on my website. Here's my brand Bible. Here's my color swatches. Here is everything that you need to know about my brand. Build me my website. And Claude will actually build the website for you. You don't have to know HTML. You don't have to know CSS. It helps, but you don't need to do it. You don't have to have it. And this actually produces some really good websites UI-wise. Okay, apparently we are pushing pixels at maximum speed. The studio is producing a high volume of new designs, which may slow things down, which means it may take 5 or 10 minutes. So you leave it open and you come back and do something. You come back and you check on it. There is one that I got to be really careful about not showing, because it will actually kick my ass off here. That's the one. Vixen and Muse. I need to not show that one. But here's one that I had it do a while ago. We go to preview, new tab. Honoring the departed, the art of the how the hell you pronounce that word there. And this is for the Day of the Dead kind of thing. Fusion of we literally have upcoming festivals, all sorts of weird shit. You literally tell it what you need, and it will build you the UI. But it is literally called Stitch www.marketingwithgoogle.com. It's free, so go forth and play with it. Just make sure you give it enough information about your brand. Don't just don't say, hey, build me a website for these HTML generators. You need to give the AI actual information. Without the information, it's going to give you absolute garbage. It's that simple. Let's see here. Hold on a second. There we go. I'm just checking something out. Someone just sent me a message. Had to look to see if I had to reply or not. I can ignore that. So, again, you don't have to do this, but it is a nice touch to make sure that you actually get a visual idea of what your website's going to look like before Claude actually builds it. So you come to Stitch, give it your brand Bible, say, hey, I want to build, I need a front page, a product page, blog page, whatever you want to do. I just tend to go with the front page and then give Claude the coding and say, this is the UI that we're going to use. I like this UI. We're going to use this UI. It gives Claude more information to actually produce something that is really good. Then if you connect it to Google Sheets, let me come up to here real quick and I will show you. Let's go to brand link. Let's see. Yo, Scott, how you doing? And Scott can attest to this too because he actually started playing with this as well. If you hook your website to Google Sheets, you can easily change the entire... Thanks for the gifts, man. You can change the entire look, vibe, add whatever you want to your website, all just by changing a field. And let me go to sites, go to here, and I will show you what I'm talking about. If we go to websites, by the way, this is the back end of on Brandly. We go to Realm Renders. I still actually have to finish my website. I've been down too many freaking rabbit holes of late. Yeah, it is a great option. It's, let's see, let me find my art. Okay, here's the gallery. And wait until it loads. Come on. All right, there we go. We're going to view that. We're going to open that up. So this is my art gallery. I have a lovely rotating cube here. This cube is in... Whoop, oh, shit. All right. I have some photos already up on here. I can change these photos very easily in my Google Sheet. Just a way of grabbing people's attention. The cube is something recently that I just literally came up with. As you can see, we can rotate it however you want. It's a fun little toy that people can play with. Help retain and whatnot. And if they click on one of the photos, boom. Brings the photo up. Now, what I can do, though, is go to Google Sheets. Go to Google Sheets. Here we go. Specifically to my Realm Render Google Sheet. And we find the bottom one here. Let me make sure you can actually see down here. I have a tab specifically for the photo cube. There we go. I click on that. And it brings this up. I literally have the front, back, right, left, top, and bottom of the cube. I can change any and all photos. If I get rid of this front one, let's just delete this front one. Give it 5 seconds. Go to Alt Control, this is Windows only. This is a shortcut. Control, Shift, and R will reset and clear your cache out of your website. So we wait until this loads everything up again. Find the cube once it's loaded. Here we go. And as you can see, the front is now missing. It is now no longer a full cube because I wiped out that front. So what we're going to do, we're going to come to here. We go to my, let's see here, we go to media storage. And we're going to grab, let's grab this one here. I'm going to grab the URL. We get the link. And then we put the link right here. Give Google, literally give it a second or two to actually save to the drive file. Control Shift R it to clear out the URL to clear out the cache. And as you can see, boom, brand new photo. No messing with coding. I didn't have to go into this massive amount of code, which if I come back to my site here, go back to sites, go to sites here, go to websites, and I'll show you what the freaking code looks like. We'll go to Realm Render again. Realm. Go to here. Go to, let's see here. There's the gallery. Come on. And we click on the custom code. Open this. And we're looking at roughly 1,209 lines of code. So to find I would literally, if I wanted to change these HTML, if I wanted to change the pictures, I have to go through all this line of code and figure out, okay, where the hell is my images? Where do I put this URL? Where do I put this URL at? With Google Sheets, I don't have to mess with the damn thing. I don't have to mess with the coding. And load it up, boom. It's good to go, and we literally have something that I can change. I can even tell Claude that, hey, I want full access to this website. I want to be able to change the color of the website. I want to change the font of the website. I want to basically change every single thing about this website. Set it up, show me how to set it up in Google Sheets. And Claude will actually walk you through setting your website up to your website. No more coding. You don't have to mess with code. You can literally just come here, load your products, the whole thing. And it doesn't take that long because you literally tell Claude, I actually have a persona called Spark. She built this entire website. I turned her into a skill for Claude Code because I do build websites. And I have to add this as a new feature, I think, the rotating cube and whatnot. But this is all 100% vibe coded. I just simply said, hey, using my Realm Render brand and all the information that you have, I need this website. And then this cube idea came up with, from someone else. Exactly, Hannah. Have you actually turned her into a skill? I don't know if you use Claude or not, but if you use Claude Code, which is my preferred go-to because it's just the best coder out there right now, literally just go in to Claude and say, hey, I have this persona. Okay, cool. Yeah. You just literally go to Claude and say, hey, this is my persona Spark. I need you to turn her into a skill. Save the skill, and anytime that you can even tell it what trigger to use. So like in my case, I literally, anytime that I say, Lala, this is literally came from a program of mine that came from a glitch of another program. This was just something that accidentally happened. And there's a user here by the name of Hannah. She liked the glitch of the very first one, and the glitch was basically for a virtual room. But it did instead of giving me a virtual room, it gave me a cube. It's like, no, this is not what we wanted. But Hannah liked the idea, and she's like, well, what can we do with that cube? And I'm like, well, fuck it, let's find out. Let's go and ask Claude. It's like, can I make a cube that rotates on X and Y axis that I can load photos to? It took me a little while to get this done because for a little while it wasn't treating it as a solid cube. Yeah, I have Architron set up for my HTML generators as well. But this cube, to be perfectly honest, was a bitch to code. To get Claude to code it. I didn't code squat, but to get it to understand what I needed, it took me a good hour and a half, maybe 2 to get it done. But the program that I have will actually make videos out of these cubes as well. 10-second videos. You can stitch them all together, put them all together in my seamless one, and you can have a nice little rotating view of your products. I could use this cube in my product pages if I wanted to. It's just a way of grabbing attention and holding it. Because you have to remember that your target market is nothing but a bunch of AHDD squirrels that have locked themselves in a peanut factory and are so full of caffeine their heads are about ready to explode. Another idiot. Hold on a second, folks. I gotta get rid of another troll here. Let's see here. Goodbye, troll. I hate these people because then I have to go through and I have to figure out how to block them again. And I don't want to do that. Beep. Goodbye, you idiot. Turn on community flag. No, I'm not going to do that. We're all adults here, but there we go. Okay. Beep. That idiot's gone. But I could use this cube on a product page. Say that I want to sell my bundles on my own webpage, which is I'm planning on doing that. But I could literally run 6 photos, load whatever photos that I want to up on this one, put it somewhere about midway, maybe up towards the top, and it will actually hold people's attention. And I can change these photos. Say that I get tired of seeing this unicorn here. I just go to my Google Sheet, grab my URL from my photos that I've loaded up into the media center. 5 seconds later, boom, changes are done. Literally takes 5 seconds. This is where getting comfortable with Claude, you don't have to code, folks. This is not something that you're going to, you have to understand coding. Does it help? Yes, it will help. Because then if you run into issues, you can tell Claude, hey, you're doing this wrong. This is how we're going to fix this. And it takes less time. I know enough about HTML and CSS that I could program a few small things. So I am dangerous because I will break shit. More than I fix it, I will break it. But with Claude, at least if it comes across an error that I know that we've been fighting before, I can say, hey, we've been running into this wall several times on several other products. This is the final solution. This is how you're going to do it. And then Claude's like, oh shit, why didn't I see that? Okay, let's fix it, and boom, we're good to go. But this one cube is kind of a neat little addition to Spark, or it will be anyways. And Spark does the whole, Spark literally will do the whole thing. She will set up your Google Sheet for you. She will build the entire website. I even had Claude build me another a sales page a couple days ago, which was accidental because I was tired and not paying attention. And I was like, oh, I'll just load this up to my website and see what it looks like, and I might keep it. It's for a program of mine that I'm playing with currently. So here we go. I literally had Claude build me this website. Told it, hey, I need a sales page. So your AI track deserves a video, not a subscription. And there is no video located here for some stupid reason. Oh, I know why, because I don't have a video loaded up to it yet. But I could actually go back in, give Claude this HTML, my code for the HTML, and it will put it up there. You make a great track, then what? Platform demand video, subscription fatigue is real. Goes into this nice little spiel about why you would want to buy this program. So, 8 looks out of the box, infinite looks beyond. 4 steps, 1 fire video, drop your track, pick your look, analyze the audio, render in post. 1 price, no asterisks, so the visualizer tool charging $12 to $20 a month will cost you $240 by the end of the year for things you don't own. The Visceral Audio Viz is one-time purchase, yours to keep, updated, and use forever. $47. That's what the price is going to be for that one. No small print. So I literally had Claude Code build this entire thing for me. I gave it the technical specs of the video program, and it literally came up with this. Along with my brand Bible, it uses wording and phrases that I would personally use for my brand. Oh, here we go. It's loading now. So I wonder why this doesn't load. But this actually plays via, this is just one aspect. I've actually added a new aspect that I'm still trying to perfect. It's basically a Rubens tube that will play in music. Lady T, there is no prompt. You're literally just going to go... Well, there are 2 prompts, actually. Spark, which is Spark and Architron, which are both up on my store. But the prompt really is simply saying, hey, I need a website. I need an HTML... for my trigger-wise for Claude code is I need an HTML website. As soon as I say I need an HTML website, it automatically knows to fire off my Spark skill. And Spark will come in and say, okay, what do we need? You know, she's a hyperactive code monkey and does amazing websites. But this whole thing here, there's one program. Let me find, I think I have the video here. Hold on, let me find it. I think I uploaded it. Let's go to outputs. Yeah, here we go. Let's just go with this one here, because this is one that was more of a current one. Here we go.
They say a queen should be loved. I was not made for love. I was made for the throne. The crown is not a gift, it is a cage of thorns. Each jewel a debt collected, each pearl a prayer that mourns. They kneel because they fear me, and I let them kiss the...
And what this actually does is this actually runs off of your own audio. And it will actually perform basically a wave format. And instead of using just a straight photo and playing your song in the background, you now have a visual wave. This is one of the other ones that we kind of screwed up. But I'm literally in the process of making it to where you can add this to your clip. And I got the idea off of, there is a little thing called a Rubin tube. And this Rubin tube basically is just a PVC pipe that some redneck drilled a whole bunch of holes into, capped the end of it, filled it with propane, lit the tube on fire. Fire shoots out of the little holes. They took a speaker and slapped it on the other end and started playing music. And the flames will dance to the music. It will actually show you the visual sound wave. So this is where this visual thing comes up. I'm in the process of making it to where you can set a path on any photo so that you can use a still photo as the background, and this Rubin tube flame will actually follow the photo. So if you have like a river path, you can literally have it set to that. It's a bit of a pain in the butt when I get ideas like this, but it does produce something kind of cool. I'm still in the process of getting all the bugs worked out on it, though. And let's see here. Where did that go? Hold on a second. Let me just check this out real quick and see if this actually does. Oh, here we go. Let me just show you on the laptop real quick. You're not going to hear any music or anything like that. But as you can see, the music actually flows off the top, and it will follow a path. Mind you, this was the very first rendition. Path is not perfect. But it does add a little extra to your music. As I said, you're not going to hear the music because I have the sound turned off on the laptop. Because, quite frankly, gaming laptops sacrificed the music for the video. And it's however long your video actually is. I am currently trying to get it so that it will actually do a circle. As well, I think this was the last one that actually worked. Yeah, like that one right there. As you can see, we literally have a dancing, oddly shaped circle. I'm in the process of changing that up so that it doesn't look as flat as it is right now, or as tilted. But I'm getting there, slowly but surely. I will get it. This is Vibe Coding 101, by the way. You are going to spend days, maybe even weeks, on a product. I've only had 5 so far work right off the bat, which is always a pleasant surprise when it works right off the bat. But most of the time, you start up a program and it's so full of freaking bugs, it does not work. And you're like, okay, well, let's try another angle. But this is all, my websites are 100% always controlled through Google Sheets. Now, there is a warning with Google Sheets. The warning is, if you look here, let me make sure you can actually see it. See where it says top, bottom, and published. If I were to, stop, thank you. If I were to take this B here and capitalize it, or if I put a space in front of it without realizing it, my cube will no longer work. It will not find, this cube here would not work. Because of the fact that it is specifically is looking for a specific word exactly spelled as is. No spaces, no uppercases, lower cases, or anything like that. If I take this bottom one off, boom, it's not going to work again. You can make it to where it's not so case sensitive. I'm lazy. I haven't told Claude to do that. But it is very case sensitive. So once Claude gives you your entire sheet, you just copy and paste it exactly as it tells you. You copy and paste it faithfully. This very first row stays. It cannot change. Everything else can change. 100% can change. If I wanted to, I could actually have 2 cubes up. Just by and having only one published. If I wipe out this true part here, boop, go there, come here, Control-Shift-R, it should not show up. Wait until it's done loading. There we go. See? No cube. No photos. Just the cube. This is the wireframe for the cube. See, I can still mess around with it and whatnot. But if I come back to here, put in true, give it 5 seconds, Control-Shift-R, my cube will be back in place. Boom. See? Hey, Joe. Thanks for swinging in. Hope you're doing well. All of this simply controlled via Google Sheets, and Google Sheets is free. So if you want to build websites for other people or yourself, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to connect these websites to Google Sheets. This is a new feature that I came up with thanks to Hannah. This was literally a glitch off of another program. This was never supposed to happen, but then guess what? Glitches sometimes are a good thing. They're not a bad thing. And Hannah actually liked the glitch a lot, and she's like, "Oh, what can we do with that? Can we actually make a cube like that?" It's like, well, I don't know. Let me go ask the AI. So when in doubt, if you want to try something crazy, just go to the AI and say, "Hey, I have this dorky-ass idea. Can we do it?" Now, I have ideas for products that I cannot make. Why can I not make the products, you ask it? Because the technology is not available yet. So I have a folder with about, right now, 12 ideas. I will probably forget about it, but right now I have a file of a notepad with 12 ideas that I want to turn into a program. But I have to wait until the technology actually catches up to me. The hard part is not, by the way, the hard part is not coming up with the ideas. Ideas are a dime a dozen. The execution is the second hardest part. Because of the fact that you have to understand that when you vibe coding, you are going to end up spending anywhere between, in all honesty, anywhere between 2 hours to a couple of weeks on one project. Sometimes you get really lucky and the product works right off the bat. And you're like, "Oh, hey, this is cool. I can now sell this idea. I can sell this program." But if you have some knowledge of coding, that's going to help you. Again, as I've always said, if I were to sit down next to a senior level developer from Anthropic, We run the same rig, same computer, same prompt, everything. He or she is going to beat me at completion of the project probably by at least 3 hours. Because they're going to know all the bugs. They're going to know all of the tricks and whatnot. Claude screws up the first time. They're going to laugh at Claude and say, okay, Claude, you stumbled across the same thing that a junior developer always hits. This is how we're going to fix it. And they're going to tell Claude exactly how to fix the problem. Whereas all I can do is grab a screenshot and say, hey, asshole, you fucked it up. Unfuck it. And I am slowly learning that there are a few bugs that I personally have hit quite a few times in different programs, so that I can warn Claude beforehand and say, okay, hey, when we go to build this, we're going to hit this issue. This is how you're going to fix this issue before the issue even pops up. And it actually works really well. Now, the other thing that I do for vibe coding, if I'm building a program, not a website, but just a program, as an example, my Pixel Press, right here. This will take any photo. Matter of fact, let's just do this. Let's go to, I'm going to go to Downloads, find my, I know I have a folder here. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I do not dare show you those folders. Where the hell did they get to? Where did my folder go? I know I have, oh, that was yesterday. Let's see here, yesterday. So here we go. Here it is. So these photos here, let's just pop up. We'll grab that one there. This photo here, I can actually take and put all of this. I can put text on this. All I got to do is select the folder, and this is the main folder that I want to select. So we're going to do that. Manual per image. I want all images, one per line. I go to my folder. I find my, let's see here. Nope. I know it's around there somewhere. Because I literally had Gemini make me a whole bunch of sayings. Nope, that's not it. That's a different one. That's the one. There we go. So we're going to open this one up. Whole bunch of different sayings for these little cute chibis. Pop that in there and click open. All I got to do is draw a square. We're going to put the square down here, there. Change the font color so that I can actually see it. I want this in, let's go, I want this black. Now let's keep that as, well, no, we're going to go black. Click black. And as you can see, it literally says sample text. There are like 40 some odd photos on here. I know, sorry, there's like 28 photos on this one. I can put multiple text on this if I wanted to. I can do drop shadows to make it stand out a little bit. I can even do a background box if I wanted to. But we're not going to do the background box. We'll leave that as is. And then all I got to do is select the folder that I need to put my thing in here. Let's see here. Where do I want to put it? My output folder. We're going to change that. We'll come here and we're going to put this in a new folder. I'm not even going to bother naming that again. Select that. And then run batch. It will literally do 24 photos. Boom. 24 photos. Done. This program has taken me 4 damn days to actually get it to run properly. Because I keep running into bugs. Which is fine. You know, this is something that I know is going to happen. So we come up to here. And voila. As you can see, this program literally put in I literally had Gemini come up with 20 sayings for these cute things. And each photo comes up, literally goes right down the list. And see this one here, kind of hard to see, so I would have to get rid of these photos or choose a better font. Or put the shadow box there if I wanted to, just to make it stand out. You know, spread your wings and see where the wind takes you. So this was very fast. The whole idea here is literally to take your photos, put some kind of text on them, so that you can sell them as wall art or tumblers or t-shirts or whatever the hell you want to sell them to. But you don't have to go to Canva. And yeah, I know, Scott, no bad mouth in Canva. By the way, if you want to learn some really cool stuff, Scott is your man when it comes to Canva and photography. Great photographer as well. And he's dragged me down a freaking rabbit hole with TikTok Studio, which I'm still playing with, and I haven't set that up yet fully. With Tik Universe and whatnot. His lives are absolutely a blast to watch, and you're going to learn a fair bit. As you can see, different sayings. Embrace the beauty of your own unique story. And if I wanted to make these stand out, as I said, I can put a shadow box in there. Let's go background box. We'll change the color. Let's put it as a pink one there. There we go. Rerun the batch. Boom. Fast, easy. Come back to here. And as you can see, we now have a shadow box so that the text actually stands out. But this program, which by the way, Pixelverse will be up on my store soon, $50. It's fast, it's easy. That's the whole idea. There is no AI attached to this. This is all runs 100% off your own computer, so that you can literally add any kind of text. You can add multiple frames of text if you want to. I can literally just draw another text box right up here, and it'll literally put it up there. Change the color slides, all that good jazz. Like that. Click OK, and I could put something else up there if I wanted to. No AI involved. And you wouldn't think that this would take that long to build, but unfortunately, it did take a while. I can literally change the opacity, fill color, all that good jazz. We have other ways of loading different photos. I can change the opacity of this so that, as you can see, the photo went away. Come back up to here. Refresh that. Refresh it. Thank you very much. So I can literally play with a lot of features on this one. It's not 100% set, but it's almost there. But this vibe coding, it has literally taken... This is one of my more frustrating programs, because you would think it's a simple enough idea, but I kept running into the same damn problem. And it finally took Claude probably about a day and a half to figure it out. Now, if I had the knowledge of programming, I could probably tell it, okay, hey, look, listen here, you jackass. This is what we're doing. This is how we're going to change this. And it would fix that. With my HTML websites, I know for a fact that it's going to hit a few bugs, so I literally tell it, hey, before you hit these bugs, you need to be aware of this. If you are going to come up with an app or a program, I do not do apps. If you want to learn how to do apps, DB is your man. But I do full programs that are Windows-based. One of these days I will get these things converted to Apple. But you can literally go to Gemini, use the free version, don't need to pay for it, and just say, hey, I have this idea for a program, for an executable program. Tell it what the idea is, and then start brainstorming with Gemini until you're happy with the idea. Once your idea comes out, then you're going to say, hey, give me a highly technical prompt that I can feed into Claude Code to build this for me. What I also do is I tell it to include 20 bugs that Claude must squish before the file is even programmed. This way, I make it to where it runs a little faster. It's a little bit smoother, because these bugs that Gemini is going to suggest are common bugs that basically a junior developer would hit without knowing how to stop it or being aware of it. So you can literally build these programs however you want using two AIs, Gemini and Claude. Claude Code is my go-to for websites, designs. I haven't really tried it yet on building a sales page for me yet. And Gemini is also good for helping pricing. Pricing is one of the hardest things for me. You know, the ideas are easy. The execution, probably about the second hardest thing. The hardest thing for me is setting prices on these. So I can literally, once this programs are up and running, I will have Claude write me a technical. I have it write a user manual and a technical. As you hear, this is this lovely little cube is a new feature that I ended up coming up with. All thanks to a glitch. Whee! And see, I can literally leave this alone. If I put it on its side there, it will actually rotate. It's designed to rotate on an XY axis. Why are you upside down? There we go. It grabs people's attention. It grabbed your attention, did it not? Oh, and if you click on the picture, boom, brings the picture up. This is just a fun little toy, interactive ability on your website to grab people's attention and make them stop and scrolling. So they're gonna like, ooh, what's that? Then all of a sudden they put their mouse over there and like, oh wait, holy shit, look, it moves, wee. And they're like, oh, what's this? And then they click on that and boom. They can see their picture, you know? It's a way of stopping, it's basically a way of stopping people from scrolling. Even if they spend 5-10 minutes on there playing with the freaking cube, they may scroll back down a little bit more and they may actually be interested enough in my generator to buy my generator. Or generators. And this, by the way, this cube here, this interactive cube, 100% glitch. Never even thought of doing this. I was building a program for somebody else that will give you a virtual room that you can walk through to see their wall art and whatnot. And instead of giving me a virtual room, it gave me this weird cube. And I had to sit there and argue with it for a little while. Hannah actually liked the cube idea, and she's like, well, can we not turn this into like a picture cube or something? I'm like, hell if I know. So I went to Claude and said, hey, I have this glitch. Grabbed a screenshot and went from there. Yeah, Scott, that is the best kind of mistake. Sometimes when you screw something up, it might not be a screw up. This is literally a cube. There are literally six pictures here. You have top, bottom, left, right, and center. So you have it is literally a cube. So you have literally six photos that you can put on here, however you want to do it, and it's edited through my Google Sheets. So I don't have to mess with lines of code or anything like that. Again, if I come up to here, let's wipe out the top just to show you guys once again. Give it 5 seconds, Control-Shift-R. Reset my website. Wait until it's done. There we go. As you can see, the top cube is now, the picture is gone. Now it's turning this into a hollow cube. But if I come back to here, go to my go to my media storage, which is on Brandly. Grab another photo. Let's see here. Let's grab this one here. Go to Get Link. Paste this back in here. Give Google Sheet a second or two to, I always give it about 5 seconds to redo the thing. Press Control-Shift-R. This is a shortcut key. Shift-Control-R for Windows. It drops the cache. It clears it completely up. And then voila, see, we now have a new folder, and a new picture there. I can click on it and boom, it brings up the picture. So say that I am selling, I have a bundle of products. Say that I want to sell these photos here. This generator that makes these. Which, by the way, as a reminder, this particular generator, the Fantasy Swing generator, is up on my drive file. If you do not have my drive file, send me a DM. I will send it to you. You have full commercial use for these. Do whatever the hell you want to do with it. Hopefully you make a shit ton of money off of it. I can literally grab 6 photos, run 6 different photos, grab 6 of these, put them onto my media storage, grab the URL, put that cube onto a sales page to show off what these HTML website can do, what this HTML generator will do, and use this and put this somewhere. Probably, I might have 2 different cubes, or I would have at least 1 cube. I would literally place the cubes in the same spot, probably towards the top, towards the bottom, and I would tell Claude Code where to put these at. I can even probably, to be perfectly honest, I could probably affect the location if I were to tell Claude, hey, I want to be able to affect the location of where this cube actually gets put. Right now it's about midway down, it's about midway, it's actually a little bit below the fold of my website. So I could put that there, have some more spiel about what you can do with the generator, why you want to buy the generator, yada, 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 yada. People will see that and be like, ooh, hey, that's kind of a cool feature. I can also use this to sell web pages. Give them access to the Google Sheet. Lock the top row so that they can't change that top row, and everything else is on them. Yeah, love. Good morning. Okay, cool. I'll be done here just shortly. So I'll be done here shortly. I will be done shortly. Okay. All right, cool. So, by giving them access to the Google Sheet, they don't have to pay me for maintenance. And this is how you're going to sell these websites to people. People don't want to have to spend an extra $200 or $300 a month just to own one website. And to be perfectly honest, I don't want to deal with people that much. So what I can do is I can sell. Okay, so just going to pick on Grace here. Say that Grace needs a website. She comes to me and says, "Hey, grumpy asshole, build me a website." I'm like, "Okay, fine. I'll charge you $300 for your website. I will even show you how to load your products via Google Sheets." I mean, literally, I have a tab for my products. My bundles here, I can literally put the name in there, all of that, give her a quick rundown on how to add her bundles to it, links, all of that good jazz. Let her do the work, all for $200. You don't have to pay me. Now, if you don't want to do all of that and you want me to set it completely up for you, I'm going to charge you a little bit of extra money for setup. If you want me to maintain the site, which, by the way, maintaining the site is nothing but going in and changing a few URLs, maybe, instead of have to paying me, say, $200 or $300 a month for quote-unquote maintenance, which my maintenance is going to be me not doing a damn thing, but you're paying me $200 or $300, and your website is still up. As long as your website is still up and running, there we go. I don't have to do any quote-unquote maintenance. So I can literally sell these websites as no maintenance fees. One and done payment, $200, $300, $400, whatever the hell I want to charge for. You pay me that. I'm going to give you a little walkthrough on how to change everything on your website. I can literally control, if I wanted to, if I don't like this background color, I can literally tell Claude Code to include the background colors for my website so that I can change the color of it. I can tell it to give me control over the fonts via Google Sheets. It's very easy, very fast, so that I can actually change this. I don't have to pay anyone for maintenance. I don't have to pay a developer to come in there and basically copy and paste a URL somewhere. It's all controlled through Google Sheets. And you can sell these websites to other people. Go to Claude. Say, hey, here's I have a customer. Here's the customer's brand Bible. Here's the color swatches. Here's the entire brand fucking kit. Build me the web page. I need a home page. I need a product page. I need a blog page. Need an about us page, and then let Claude do the thing. Then all you gotta do is copy and paste it. Go to your hosting site, which for me is on Brandly. Set it up, and boom. Within, be perfectly honest, I would say within 20 minutes, maybe a half hour, you will have an entire website up and running and ready, raring to go. That is without adding products. If you've got to add a lot of products, that will take a little bit more time. But you can have the base of it up and running in 20 minutes. And if you actually have the Google Sheet here, I can even cheat this. I can grab the screenshot, or I can actually, well, actually, I wouldn't do a screenshot on this one. I would load this entire file. I would download this, give it to Claude, and say, okay, here's a list of products. Here's my my product titles, descriptions, the icon. Here's the price. What does it include? Links, published, yes or no, featured, yes or no, and the sort order. Fill this in for me. And Claude will fill it in for me. And I wouldn't have to do squat about it. The only other thing that I would actually have to do is, like with OnBrandly, I would actually have to teach people how to include your Stripe account to get a product link from there. And that's it. It's fast, it's relatively easy, and I don't have to mess with code, and nobody else has to mess with code. So if they suddenly get a wild hair up their butt and they want to change the font or they want to change the color, go to your Google Sheets, knock yourself out. Just remember to save your settings into a notepad or something like that. That way, if you don't like what you've done, you can always revert back to the last version. So, literally, as I said, this entire website here. Where did the website get to? Oop, that's not the right website. Where's my website? This is my art gallery. I literally have a slideshow that people can actually look at. Changes all on its own. I will actually have a Rolodex styled on here as well, and I also have now a cube that they can play with to grab attention. There we have. Click on that. I can change that. I can actually add a story to the photo for the wolf. That is from one of my generators. I literally have this set up just to showcase the artwork. That's all this is going to be. It's just a way of showcasing the artwork. I might even put in a section for the music. I don't know about that yet. Might do that, might not do that. But this is definitely an art gallery for my art. And every single page will actually be connected off the top. We have products, we have bundles, we have programs, we have free stuff, which will be there. There's also going to be a blog, and of course, the About Us page. Once I get off my ass and finish this up. But right now, I am in a rabbit hole of vibe coding like crazy. A couple of programs. As I said, to do these here, not these, that's the wrong thing. That's actually a nice photo. Where did it get to? Hold on a second. Go to downloads. Go to here. New file. The program that did this, that let me put the text here. I can change fonts, all that good jazz. Put a box around it so that it stands out a little bit better. I can change colors. This took me, I'm going to honestly say probably about 2 weeks to vibe code into existence. Because of the fact that I kept finding freaking bugs and it was pissing me off, so I put it on the shelf. When you're about ready to chuck your monitor through a window, or you want to punch your monitor, that's when you say, okay, deep breath time, let's go work on something else. And I now have the bugs pretty much worked out of it. There might be another key feature that I need to change up on this that I want to do. And then it will be up on my store, $50. This will allow me to make really amazing wall art or tumblers, whatever. Taking one photo, having Gemini write a ton of inspirational gobbledygook, and I can put it onto the photos. I can even give it a couple of photos and say, okay, give me 40 inspirational workout sayings. or 40 weird sayings, whatever I want, and boom, send it off. My program will do this. It did 24 photos in less than a minute. And I can add my own fonts. It already comes with like 200 fonts loaded to begin with. But if you go to somewhere like the font, and you find a font that you really like, you can install the font, and boom, you're good to go. And you can change. I can change the location of this. I can add multiple different sayings wherever the hell I want. I can add my logo to it if I so desired. Boom, 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 boom. Voila. All very quick, all vibe coded. I literally just went to Gemini and said, okay, I have this idea that I want to be able to take my photos and I want to be able to write text on it, but I want to do it in bulk. I don't want to have to pay Canva. I'm tired of paying Canva to do a lot of shit. And all of my programs are literally designed to make it so that we don't have to pay Canva. The only thing that you really need to pay for, in all honesty, are two things. Well, three things. Your subscription to Claude or whatever AI you prefer. We all have our preferences. To a AI art program if you do not have a decent rig. If you have a rig, I'm going to say that's at least 5 years and younger, you can run Stable Diffusion. The other thing is, if you want to do videos, to make your own videos, you're going to need, the AI videos, you will need to have a subscription to like Kling or something like that for a whole 10-second video. If you have a decent rig, you can run Stable Diffusion, run through Comfy UI. You can make videos using Comfy UI, but you have to have a decent rig to use Stable Diffusion. So, I am all about trying to knock down the subscriptions, because I don't know about you, but I am tired of paying for something that I don't control anymore, that I do not own. Because a lot of these programs, like with, as an example, CapCut. I have a couple of programs. I literally have the seamless production program. It's up on my store, $250, I do believe. It will take your photos, turn them into a really great slideshow, or if you have, say you have 10-second videos, it's going to join all 10 of these seamlessly. You have transitions, the whole works. Runs off of CPU and RAM so that even the older older computers can run it. It may take a little bit of time to render it, but it will render it nicely. But you own that video. Whereas if you go to CapCut to do this, you got to mess with timelines. You got to basically pay for the pro version of it, which is an extra monthly fee that you have to pay for. And you don't own your own stuff. CapCut clearly has come out and said, hey, look, whatever you make on our platform, it is ours. We can steal it. We can put our own logo on it. We can use it for whatever the fuck we want to use it for, and you have no say to it. My seamless production house, on the other hand, 100% yours, runs on your system, saves on your computer. There's no cloud service that you have to deal with. You don't have to worry about losing any of your stuff unless your hard drive dies on you. But we are getting to where everything is subscription. And I am tired of paying for subscriptions when we don't have to do that. All these programs are 100% vibe coded. Runs off of Python. I don't see the point in doing something that we don't have to do. So if I go to, that's my world builder. Let's go to the new seamless. Where's my new seamless? Let's see here. New folder, or did I change the name on this one? No, I did not change the name on this. Hold on a second. Let me find it. New focus. New seamless. Here we go. We go to output. We can tell this loads up. My computer's being slow this morning. Thank you for the gifts. I really do appreciate that. And if we go to, I don't want to do the rave one because that might get me in a little bit of trouble. Oh, here we go. Let's try this one here. There we go. Just takes my still photos applies a keen burn to it, along with the music.
The room is not the room anymore. The walls are not the walls. There is a door in the sentence,
Transition wise,
and you just turn
set it
the
up so that it was
key.
a glitch kind of style.
I opened a book and the air went cold. The letters became a stairwell of gold. I stepped past the chapter, I fell through the font, and found myself standing where time forgot.
Render time on this on these were like maybe 5-10 minutes. And just to show you, this is just another transition, different transition. I prefer
The room is not the room anymore. The walls are not the walls. There is a door in the sentence, and you just turn the key. I opened a book and the air went cold. The letters became a stairwell of gold. I stepped past the chapter, I fell through the font, and found myself standing where time forgot. The ink was a river, the margins a wood. The copyright page said you never could. But the story reached out with a shadowless hand and pulled me inside. I forgot where I stand. The page is the portal, the light through.
And this is like 2 minutes. It's a 3-minute video, something like that. Which I'm not going to run all the way through. Took maybe about, as I said, 15, 20, anywhere between 10 to maybe 15 minutes to render the entire thing. No timelines, no nothing. I just loaded my photos up, loaded the soundtrack up, put my logo down at the very bottom there, told it what transition I wanted, and then just walked away from it. You can set these in landscape, portrait, whatever you need it for. Most of these are all in portrait mode because of the fact that I need to, I'm wanting to put these up on TikTok. You got to remember, whatever social media that you are on, what photo size that you actually need. TikTok prefers portrait. YT prefers landscape. IG is a square. So you need to make, when you're making your photos, you need to remember what one you're going to be using for and what. But I just don't want to pay for CapCut. I don't want to pay for Canva if I don't have to. Now, Canva, don't get me wrong, Canva does some really good things for photo editing, flyers, PDFs. That's what it was originally designed for. It was never designed for fucking coding. And yet, let's jump on the bandwagon of vibe coding and let people make HTML websites off of Canva. It was never designed for that. If you want to make a web page, you want to make an HTML generator, ChatGPT or Claude. My go-to is Claude. DeepSeek, hit or miss on that one. Gemini, definitely not. Gemini couldn't code its way out of a paper bag with a map and a GPS. So I do not use Gemini for coding. It just does not do a very good job of it. So with that being said, this generator here that made these lovely, pretty little pictures here, by the way, is on my it's literally in my Google Drive file. If you do not have access to my Google Drive file, send me a DM. I will send it to you. You have until Saturday to grab everything that's in there that you want, because come Saturday, I'm deleting the entire folder, cleaning it completely out and rebuilding as I go along. This one here for the room generators, I am probably going to end up selling for $20. I just have to put it up on my website. There is a current bundle on my website that does, there's 3 generators, $20, and they do, not these, hold on a second, not these either. The dog on the corner one which is very cute. And also this style of pencil drawings. And then there's one for butterflies. Here we go, like these. That is up on my store, $20 for all three. You have full commercial use of it. You can change them, go to Claude, literally drop them into Claude and say, hey, I want you to put this in my brand colors. I want you to put my brand logo. Here's my logo. You can tell it to change a few of the options if you want. You can do whatever you want with the generators. They're yours to buy. Once you buy them, they're yours to use whatever you want to. Here's a few more of them. This is with using Sea Art and the Gothic. I do believe, yep, this is my Gothic Laurel added to them. So you could easily add some kind of saying down here in the bottom or across the top, wherever you wanted. Turn them into inspirational posters, t-shirts, mugs, whatever the hell you wanted to do. But you, hell, if you wanted to, you could sell them. Rebrand all three of them and sell them as your own to your own people. But with that saying, oh, and you can even turn them into prompt packs. Literally, sell the prompt packs, $3 to $5. People will drop $5 very easily. They'll even drop $3 very easily on these. But with having that said, go to my link in bio. Come into the rabbit hole. I am there quite a bit. You have, if you do not have my drive file for my replays, which my replays will always stay there. I'm not getting rid of that file. But if you want the HTML generators that I provide for free, and you have full commercial use, send me a DM if you do not have that link, and I will give it to you. But with that being said, I need to get my ass moving. You all have a good day, good night. I do appreciate the gifts, and I appreciate your time. And if you have marketing questions, ask. Later. Cool. 52 cents. You have one request. What is this request? Cool. Go away. Accept. Thanks. But I have my own website hosting plus services that we provide. Oh yeah, follow back. Cool. There we go. Yep, I got to end this one. Goodbye to those that are in lovely little YouTube land. And where is we? Start. Where the hell is this? There we go. There's the top button.